Hello and welcome back to episode 25 of the Road to Champions League Glory with Bishops Stortford. So today we are looking at season 6. We are at the beginning. We've done a bit of pre-season activity, and what we are going to be looking at in today's video is just what's happened since you were last with us, which was at the end of last season, and what players we've been able to bring in and what players have unfortunately left the club. So the first thing I want to show you is the league, the league history, which shows our 4 promotions and last season's finish of 16th in the championship. We are still going in an upwards direction. Hopefully this season we'll carry on that upwards movement, and you never know where we'll finish. So let's start off by looking at a few transfers. So we've had a few transfers in and a few transfers out, as you can see. Transfers out we will begin with. If you look, we've lost a lot of players on free transfers, including Joe Garner, Simon Hanna, who was with us in the first season, and a few other youngsters that have been on the edge of maybe the under-23s but haven't really done much, and unfortunately they've been released. Some of them I felt just needed to go just to get a bit more first team football, and I didn't really feel like I was giving them any benefit keeping them in my team. If you have a look as well, we've let go a few loanees. Jim Wilson's gone on loan to Bournemouth, Ben Bond, Charlie Allen, and the one transfer that we have let go for money is Aaron Cull. So we went to Gillingham for $625,000. This was because he had a release clause in his contract for this amount. I did try to sign him on a new contract. He wanted to double his wages and have a highest earner clause in his contract. I wasn't willing to give him this, and unfortunately he didn't want to agree anything else. So it was a case of I was going to lose him, so I sold him for the release clause in his contract. I have been able to get in players that are either equal or better than him, which has been good, so I'm not really feeling like it's a loss. A few other players you'll see has gone on loan just to kind of make sure they get first team football. There's no one really there that needs to be pointed out. So on the transfers in, a few transfers have come in that are squad players, a few that are going to be first team players, and a few that are ones for the future. So to start off with, we got Arnoldsson, who's an Icelandic international player at 20 years old. Found him in the Icelandic team. He didn't have a team, didn't have a club. This was in just after we finished last season, so just before pre-season. He's come in. He's a player that I'm trying to train in the right back position as well. He's a player that I want to have that he can play all of those 4 positions naturally, and hopefully then he'll be very versatile for us to be able to come on and play those positions. He's not someone that I'm going to be looking at starting, but somebody who's just going to give the team a bit of versatility, and maybe in a season or 2 we can sell him on for maybe $500,000 up to $1 million. We'll see what money we can get for him. He's not someone I can see is going to last that long in the club, but he's a player that we can develop and add a little bit of depth with us. So another one we've got is Josh Brilliant, which I think is a wonderful name. So Josh comes in. He's an Australian international player. We were offered him through one of my scouts who has been out in Australia, and he's been playing for Sydney. He also has got connections with a bit of Italian football with Fiorentina and Empoli. Look at his stats. He's a solid ball-winning midfielder, which is what I need. After letting Cull go, I felt like I needed a good, solid player in there. 3-star, $8.5 decent signing. Next one is a keeper that's going to be is 18 years old. He's going to be playing. He's on loan at the moment this season. Also got Jake Palmer, who's a youngster. Then we got Callum Slattery, who's he's my highest earner at $15,000. He comes in, current ability of 3.5, potential of 4.5, decent potential to be a Premier League player. His stats look good. He can play the Roman playmaker and advanced playmaker. We're going to be playing him as a deep line playmaker mainly through our formations. He looks a decent player. He's on a lot of wages, but I think he's going to be worth it. Next we go down, we got a loan player from Barcelona. I felt I just needed a few players up front. This was at the beginning of pre-season, so I brought this boy in, worth a bit of money. We're paying a little bit of his wages, but he looks decent. He can dribble, he can finish, he got a good decent first touch. Then we brought in David Vazza, who's a centre back, but he can also play left back and right back. Very good physicals, good bravery. I saw his leadership and the teamwork, and thought I wasn't going to let him slip through the system. He is a Regan, but he has been around a few seasons. It meant when I opened the Portuguese league, he came through as one of the players that were in those teams that were playable. He's a decent player overall, so he's going to be used as one of either a role model for some of the youngsters and a versatile player at the back. Then we got Lorenzo Gonelli, who is a 28-year-old Italian centre back. Last club Livorno in Italy. Again, good physicals, solid mentals, alright technicals, not amazing, but alright. Good heading, good first touch, good marking, good tackling. Solid centre back is going to give us a bit of experience. 28, he's not a youngster, so it means he can come in and give us a bit of experience at the back. Then we go on to Trevor Green. He's a bit of a youngster, 22 years old, not really looking for first team football. Bringing him in and mainly using him as a bit of a bit player this season, and probably selling him on in about 2 years to get a bit of profit from him. Then we got Harry Chapman, who is a left or right midfielder. Ex-club is Middlesbrough. Very good at physicals, very good agility and natural fitness. Got a bit of acceleration and pace. Decent mentals and not bad dribbling. So he's going to be coming in, a bit of versatility. He can play the inside forward on the left perfectly. So we're going to be using him for that. Then we got Sean Murray, who in past FMs has been a bit of a wonder kid. Remember 2 seasons ago on FM15 he was a wonder kid at Watford. This time, if we have a look at his history, he hasn't really worked it out so much. He went off to Swindon and then Aston Villa. Aston Villa paid money for him. He played in the Premier League last season, so I've been very, very fortunate to bring him in on a free transfer. He's on 7k a week, not major amounts of money compared to Slattery. His stats look decent. He's going to play in the advanced playmaker, deep line playmaker position, so he's going to be competing with Slattery. Decent player. He's had a few injuries since he's been with us, but nothing major, just a few little niggly ones. Okay. This next one is the first player I've actually spent money on, and unfortunately he's a player that hasn't been able to gain a work permit, which is something rare. I never really do this. I never sign a player who can't gain a work permit, but this one was a bit of a strange one because I was able to pick him up for £88,000. And the reason why I picked him up for that amount was after I'd scouted him through one of my scouts I sent off to Asia. I looked more closely at his history and could see that he's been banging in goals each season. So I felt he's got a bit of potential. Then I was able, after a few more scouting trips, I was able to see his details in a bit more depth, and could see his determination was high and his heading and finishing was high. He's 6 foot and he can play the advanced forward and a complete forward very well, or more or less perfectly, which is higher than I've got currently. So my plan is, I actually thought initially that he'd be able to get a work permit, but he hasn't been able to do it. So I'm hoping he's going to pick up a few more caps for the South Korean national team, and then hopefully I'm going to be able to apply for a new work permit and sign him up. The moment he can't play for us, he can't play for the youth team. I can't loan him out at the moment because I haven't got an affiliated club that's out of my region that could possibly gain a little bit of exposure and possibly gain him a work permit. I feel probably 12 months of my reserves. Yes, he's not going to gain anything. Possibly he's just going to not complain, basically. I'm going to be training him up. As long as he doesn't complain at not having first team football, it's not a big problem. Then we'll be looking at trying to get a work permit for him. So then we move on to Zaki Labard. Again, a player that on previous FMs has been very good. Ex-clubs include Sporting, PSV, Vitesse, Fulham, Verona, and now Bishops Stortford. But unfortunately, he's come in, he's done well. He played 5 games for me. Okay, they weren't amazing stats, but he did alright. He was getting into the team, he was playing okay. I was using him as an inside forward. Harry Chapman was injured for the first 5 games, so he came in. But unfortunately now, he's damaged his cruciate ligament. He's out for 8 months. So we're not going to be using him. So 8 months on the sideline, that's more or less his season ruled out. We'll keep him for next year and see what happens. So next we got a youngster called Onana. He has come in. He's going to be a bit of a rotational player. Not really going to be using him loads. He's going to be someone that might have a few games here and there. Then we got Joseph Collery, who is an ex-Chelsea and MK Dons player. Solid, Swedish, possibly going to get a few international caps in the future. He's played a lot of under 21s football. Decent centre back, decent centre defensive mid player if I ever use it. I haven't got any formations now, but if I ever need to, I can use it. But I'm mainly using it as a bit of versatility at centre back position. Then on the left wing, I've brought in Milic. I needed a new left winger. I had Joseph's Cyril, and I needed a better player who can play that wing back formation when I play 3-4-3. So I brought this boy in just to kind of play that. He's 32, so he's not really going to moan too much and not playing first team football. So we're going to carry on from there, really. Then we've got Mike Toll. Mike Toll has been brought in. I didn't really expect to buy this in the first place. Mike, I feel sorry for a little bit as well, because the player that he's competing with at the moment has been on very, very good form in William. So he's a little bit unlucky because he hasn't played as many games as he would have liked to start off with. But unfortunately, as William has been banging in goals, which I'll show you in the next stage, we've kind of got no choice but to kind of keep him on the bench. His stats look very good, as you can see. Ajax player. He bangs in a few goals for me, which is great. He's put one in. I'm hoping he's going to bang in a few more. His stats look good. He's worth 1.2 million. He's a 4-star player. He's a key player for me at £7,500 a week. I couldn't really say no to him. So that's kind of where we are at the moment with the squad. What I kind of want to show you now is what's happened with changes in the club. So at the moment we are improving our training and youth. Fingers crossed that stays and the club don't say that we run out of money. Then the other thing I want to show you as well is a bit of something personal for me, really. I've become a legend in the club. I tried to sign Dwight Gale in the summer, who is a icon in the club, but he didn't want to come. He only wanted to come for 20 grand. I can't afford that. If you look down here as well, we've also got a few more players that have come onto the favourite personnel. Will Nightingale, Neil Gormley, Johnny Hurd, Klisic and Garner. It's quite a nice little thing. We haven't created any more rivals. We haven't really played many teams more than twice so far. There haven't really been teams that we've been playing that often, so unfortunately we haven't created rivals, which is a dynamic rivalry is something that's come into FM17, which I like. I quite like that you can build up rivalries. Hopefully that'll increase in the next few seasons for us. So if we have a little look now at how pre-season's gone and how the start of the season's developed. So we set up a few friendlies over the summer, and we were very fortunate in winning all of them. We had a very, very solid start to the season. And as you can see, form overall, we have had a very good start to the season as well in the league. So currently, the first game of the season we played Blackburn, drew 1-1. William scored. They scored an equaliser very, very soon after half time. They got a player sent off in the 93rd minute. Didn't really make much of a difference. Then we played Oxford in the EFL. Came through with a 2-1 victory. Then we played Ipswich in the league and came off with a 2-1 victory ourselves. William scoring 2. Brighton came to us and beat us 2-0. They're a decent team. We didn't really show up that day, so it was a bit of a shame. Sunderland came to us. We went up to Sunderland Stadium Light, 1-4-2. Only took 176 fans with us, which is a bit of a shame. William scoring 2 again. He's been on form, very good form. I'll show you his personal stats in a minute. Played Scunthorpe in the EFL Cup. Jonathan Benteke grabbing that goal in the 30th minute. Then we came up against Forest and drew 0-0. Couldn't really do much about it. I think the team kind of got a little bit let down by Zakaria. Not let down, but they went down as in morale-wise because Zakaria got injured and it was a bad injury. And for me, I just felt that kind of upset things a little bit. Then we came up against Fulham and drew 1-1. Mike Toll had a start. He didn't play in his favourite position, but he was playing on the left wing. But he didn't. He scored, but didn't get us to win. Then we've played Millwall, where Williams scored again, 1-0 win, and we just recently played Wolves, where we won 2-1. Williams scoring and Josh Brilliante scoring. So just to kind of show you how Williams' start of the season has gone, really, he's worth 1.6 million right now. His form at the moment is very good. He's scoring quite a few goals, which is pretty nice to see. So as you can see, including pre-season, he's on good form. Stats show that he scored 7 in 8. He's on a 7.35. He's he's 3 goals off what he scored last season. He hasn't got as many assists this season. He hasn't got any so far, which he got 9 last season. He's kind of letting the other players get the assists, which is nice to see. I kind of like my wingers to get the assists, not the strikers. So, as you can see, the eagle-eyed of you is we are third in the championship. So we've had a good start to the season. We've only lost once. Brighton, who beat us at top on 18, they're only 3 points ahead of us. We are, as expected, we are expected to finish fourth from bottom. I think those additions to our squad have made us better. The players that we're meant to be looking at are William and Cho. Unfortunately, as we already know, Cho can't play. So what we're going to do today, we're going to go into a live com versus Charlton. The reason why I've chosen Charlton game is basically because it's on TV as well. So it's our first live TV game of this season. And we're going to go into it. It's an early kickoff. It's a 12 o'clock kickoff. So we're going to go into it, okay? So let's go straight into it. So we're playing a 4-2-3-1. We've got inverted wing backs at the back. Deep line playmaker, ball winner, attacking playmaker, inside forward and inside forward, and William up front. So we'll go through the team. We've got Dayan in goal, McCourt on the right, Coley and Mo in centre, Vaza on the left, Slattery and Murray in centre mid, Benteke attacking midfielder. On the right we've got Doherty, and on the left we've got Toll. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to change Doherty to Gormley, just because I think Gormley's going to play a little bit better. So as you can see, we've got quite a large squad this year. And I don't know where January comes, we'll probably have to sell a few players, but we'll see. Williams on 89% fitness. I'm going to play him because he's on great form. But Mike Toll might come into that centre forward position. We might look at bringing on. Let's change the bench up a little bit. I'm going to bring on Petra onto the bench, just because I think I might need to have to bring him on halfway through the game. So we'll take off Shannon Harrison off the bench and I'll put on him. As you can see, Neil Gumley on that side, Slattery and Murray, deep line playmaker. Murray can play as a ball winner as well, which is good. Vaza on the left, he can play most positions across the back line, which is great. So we'll go into the game against Charlton. They are in very similar positions to us. So we've got a minimum of 6 players in our squad, and I've just taken out 1, unfortunately, so I've got to put 1 back in. So what we'll do, we'll take off Wally Doof and put Will Nightingale in there, and that should help us out. Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. I haven't really got anyone else. I think Harry Chapman would have come in, but he's not fit enough. Michael Oxbury, who is our actual captain, isn't going to get much first team football this season. Like I say, we're going to probably be looking at selling a few players possibly during January, just to get a bit of money, really. So it's always a good way of gaining money as a little club. We'll go into this game. They're playing 4-4-2. We get Ewan to have a little chat with them. We'll come in with a bit of an assertive, like, yeah, let's go. And off we go, really. We've got it on replays. We've got it on a bit slower for you. So we'll see how it goes. Mo's... Oh, I thought he was going to get sent off for a reason then. First minute, I thought he was going to get sent off. Oof, that'd have been disastrous. Charlton have had a good start to the game, really. They're on a good bit of form as well as us. They're about a similar league position. So hopefully we can kind of capitalise, really. Need to nick it off and get the ball back, really. Yeah, there we go. Slattery's... Oh, not a good pass. Can we get it back again? We're defending well at the moment. Probably going to curse myself now and they're going to score. No, they hit the post. 22 minutes in, they've hit the woodwork once. We've had 2 long shots. We've had a few more shots at the moment, not on highlights, though, which is a bit of a shame. Charlton coming down again, got the ball, goal. You can kind of see that coming, really. All the highlights were all Charlton, which is a bit of a shame. As you can see from that left hand side, right back McCourt is kind of a bit stuck. Centre backs have dropped off a little bit, and the strikers found a bit of space on the penalty spot. Balls come in, bang, goal. Dayan can't really do much. It's not really Dayan's fault. Getting a little bit of advice off the coaches and assistant manager, but I'm a bit always reluctant on taking their advice, really. Half time, we're not looking great. A few players looking nervous. Toll's not having the greatest of games, but we're not gonna bring him off just yet because Williams not very fit, so we're going to probably switch those around in about 5-10 minutes. I'll give him until 55 and I'll probably switch it around. Take William off, put Petra on that left hand side, and hopefully Mike can kind of make a difference playing up front. I want to see him playing up front. He hasn't really had many opportunities to, so we're going to do it right now. So we're going to switch that around, put Petra on that left. Mike goes in the striker position. Other changes, probably nothing yet, but we've also got Mike Clausen and Josh Brilliante to come off the bench. So we're probably looking at possibly bringing one of those two on instead of Sean Murray, because he's looking a bit unfit as well. Right, we've got an attack here, counter attack. Can't Gormley do anything with it? Hopefully he can set up Mike. Mike sets up Petra. Petra in goal. Right, so that was I'm going to take credit for that. That was my substitution. Mike up to up front. Mike takes the ball and passes it on. Gormley, good little counter attack this is. Passes it on to Petra. Suspicions are offside, but I'm going to go with it. Linesman's always right. And Petra puts it in the back of the net. So 1-1. We are now pushing. Petra's got a 7-3 straight away, which is always good. Mike's got a 7-1. So moving him into that striker position has worked very, very effectively. Gormley's on a 6-6, which is a bit unfortunate, really. I'm going to take off Sean Murray and bring on Mike Clausen. Hopefully that'll give us a bit more legs in that centre mid position. See what that does, really. Hopefully that'll help us out a little slightly. 85 minutes. I'll take a draw away from home, but if we can nick a win, that'd be brilliant. Mike's got the ball. Petra. Okay, they're on a counter now. Hopefully they won't pick anything up. No, we're back on the counter. Goal. Benteke, edge of the box. Great goal. I thought they were going to go on the counter. Fortunately, Mo's nicked it back. Benteke's taking it. Edge of the box. Bang. Keeper's got no chance. It's an optimistic goal according to the commentary. I can go with that. 2-1. We're going to shut up shot. We're going to go and contain. Are we going to get a third? No. We are as well. Petra's banged in a third. Petra has banged in a third. So 3-1. We are now looking comfortable winners on the score sheet. If you look at the game in a bit more detail, probably not, because we've only scored 2 late goals. But if you look at the stats, 22 shots, 10 shots on target, 5 half chances, 1 clear cut, 3-1. I'd say stats-wise a deserving victory. So I'm pretty pleased with that. I think it's our first win on live comm for a while as well, which is always nice to see, because I always feel as soon as I turn this camera on and capture the game, so it always goes wrong. But as you can see, the team are playing pretty well at the moment. This inverted wing-back formation seems to be working. Changed it a little slightly. There's a few little altercations. I'm quite like inverted wing-backs is always a tricky one to work and make happen, really. It's something I've been working on with my assistant manager, Yuan. He's kind of helped me with a few little ideas. We've kind of gone along and we're making it work at the moment. It's kind of it's working nicely. So where we are now, as you can see in the league, we are second, but as we had early kickoff, the teams haven't played yet. Next time you're going to come and see us is probably going to be around about Christmas time. Usually around about just before Christmas or just after Christmas. Possibly might look at doing the Cardiff game, which is a nonchalant link into Wales. Then it'll be a game after January, really, to see what transfers we've done. So we are second at the moment. If you come back and we are still second, then we might have a chance of getting promotion this year. If you come back and we are in playoffs or in the top half, then I won't be complaining. So it won't be a bad thing. I'm kind of optimistically feeling that the squad is pretty good this year. So I'm hoping that things improve and that we can kind of go up that ladder and keep going. But as always, guys, thanks for pressing play, and we'll see you guys again soon. Bye for now.